What's up, Guardians? Welcome to another Destiny gameplay video. Excited because this will be the first video I've posted since signing with Fullscreen. So I'm now partnered with Fullscreen on YouTube, so really excited to see how the channel is going to continue to grow and develop over the next year or so. So thanks again for those of you who support my channel. Also, just real quick, just because I know some of you don't necessarily always watch all the way to the end, so at the end I do show you where you can find me on other forms of social media. So feel free to follow me on Twitter at @TheTrueVanguard and on Twitch as well. Usually I stream PvP on Mondays and Fridays. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for sweet Titan Defender kill montages and strategies to make you more effective as a Titan Defender in the Crucible. So go ahead and throw on your Walmart shades, pop your Hollister collars, and throw on some multicolored flip-flops, because I'm about to show you how to be the biggest tool in the Crucible. And I say that kind of jokingly, but at the same time, a lot of people dislike Titan Defenders in the Crucible, especially in Control, just because of how annoying they can be. But and a part of that is the fact that in order to be effective as a Titan Defender, your best call, notice I said best, not your only, your best call is to use a shotgun in your special weapon slot. And the main reason for that is because when you're inside your bubble, which, you know, if you're running as a Titan Defender, you're going to spend time in your bubble. So you're going to need the immediacy that a shotgun offers as opposed to the charge-up time of a fusion rifle. And you're going to need the close range effectiveness that the shotgun offers inside the bubble. So that's why you're going to want to roll with a shotgun. And if you watch my videos, you know that I pretty much never use shotguns. I'm not really a shotgun person. If you were to pull up my stats, you'd see that they're my least used weapon in the game. So, but I did have to pick it up with the Titan Defender and found that that was the best bet here. So, just to let you know what I'm using with my class here, with my loadout, I'm rocking the Helm of the Saint. I like the disorienting effect that the blindness inside the bubble offers. So I kind of dubbed this loadout my "Come storm my castle, I dare you" loadout. So you'll see that in some of these games, you can get your super back up pretty quick. You can drop bubble after bubble. In fact, in one game, and I'm really bummed I lost the footage to this game because my hard drive was full. I didn't realize that. And when you press the share button to try and save a game and it fails, then you lose that game footage, because the next time you press the share button, it'll just revert back to the last time you pressed it, which was after the game. So I lost that footage, unfortunately, and in that game I went 3 bubbles in a row, back to back to back, on a 10-kill streak, and it was hilariously fun. So I did find that I wanted to use Helm of the Saint, like I said, for the disorienting effect, and you're about to see I switched to suppressor grenades after a while. I started out using the magnetic grenades, but then I ended up switching to suppressor, because the biggest bane of the bubble is supers, especially Nova Bomb. And you see right there, that suppressor grenade took that guy out of his golden gun, and he was really confused. He came around that corner like, what? So I love the disorienting effect of the blindness in the bubble, and also the disorienting effect that the suppressor grenade has. But I will warn you, with the suppressor grenade, you can suppress yourself, so be careful where you toss that. So it won't just damage you, it'll also suppress your abilities as well. So I found I liked using 3 little words, and I had several, well, I had at least a dozen 40-plus kill matches while collecting this footage. And I really just got into a run and gun groove and just had a ton of fun. I've been really excited and greatly anticipating posting this video because of how much fun I had playing this class. And the Titan's the 3rd class I created, is the last one I did. And I'm finding that I'm really enjoying the Defender in Control, especially. Also in Skirmish. I did like it in Skirmish as well. But I'm using 3 little words just because I like to be effective no matter where I am on the map. So 3 little words can out-snipe snipers, which is pretty fantastic, with just 2 bursts. That's all it takes if you're getting headshots. Now, in terms of when to drop your bubble, I'm dropping my bubble around heavy, when I'm going up against people with heavy. I'm dropping it on uncapped objectives, especially the B point, because that's the most contested usually. And those are good times to drop a bubble. And I went with Blessing of Light. A lot of guys use the armor so that when you're inside your bubble, you get increased damage resistance. I chose not to use that because the way that you can use your bubble most effectively is it really does soak up a ton of aggro. So what I ended up doing is I went with Blessing of Light because you carry that overshield with you when you walk outside of the bubble. So a lot of times I'll throw down the bubble, and depending on where it is, kind of how it's located, you can use some of your surroundings to your advantage to step out of the bubble. Oh, and you'll see that Titan right there was coming to super, so you got to anticipate the super. And when he respawns, he does come right back and super my bubble. So you got to kind of anticipate that. So anyways, I'm using 3 little words so I can be effective at long range, the shotgun so I can be effective at close range, Blessing of Light so that I can move in and out of my bubble and still maintain that overshield. I'm also using the ability that makes it so that when I get a melee kill with my melee ability, that my gun is ready immediately and reloads super fast. Because like I said, I did kind of go run and gun style with this class, and I find that that works really well. Now the shotgun I'm using is perfect for that playstyle. I'm using the Crash, the Future War Cult shotgun, and the rolls I got on it are perfect for this loadout. It has lightweight on it, so if you're not familiar with that, it just makes it so that your mobility is heightened, so your agility is increased. So that comes in handy for running and gunning. It also has shot package on it, and that makes it so that when you ADS, it increases the effective range of the shotty. So here's another good time to drop your bubble, and that's when you have heavy ammo, but you're under fire. So you really don't want to lose your heavy, especially that now it's harder to come by after the patch because people don't drop it. So when you get your heavy, you really want to make the best use out of it. So if you're under fire and you have heavy, go ahead and throw down your bubble if you can. Now you see I did just drop my bubble. I'm already 3/4 of the way back full. So you can use your bubble pretty consistently, and I'm using 2 different abilities, one that increases the duration of the bubble and also one that reduces the cooldown time. So I'm trying to just make sure that my bubble is ready as soon as possible and lasts as long as possible. So that's kind of the loadout I'm using, and you're welcome to replicate it. If you prefer using sticky grenades and you want to use the magnetics, that's fine. But I just found, for my taste, just because this happens all the time, people just can't resist supering a bubble. And you see 48 kills there. That was a great match. People just can't resist supering a bubble. So if you can anticipate it and use the suppressor grenade, then that'll work wonders for you if you really get the hang of it. Now, one of the 50 kill matches I had, I'm going to show you some footage from here in a little bit. And I had to laugh just because I didn't even realize that that's how many kills I was up to. So I was kind of going about it casually. And in the middle of this 50 kill match, my wife asked me if I could give her a hand. You know, she's doing some dishes in the kitchen trying to get some stuff done. And the kiddo needed a diaper change. So in the middle of my 50 kill game, I ran over to the nursery and gave my son a diaper change, then brought him back and sat him on my lap. And when the game ended, I was like, I had 50 kills? So I could have actually beaten my record of 53 pretty easily if I'd kind of stuck around. But you know what? That's kind of that's the nature of the game. I wouldn't change anything. You got to have your priorities straight. And one of the things that I love about being in the Dads of Destiny clan is that even when you're playing with guys, you can AFK in the middle of a Crucible match. And I watch this guy. He gets a little cocky. He starts dancing. And he did not get away in time, so I danced for him too. Anyways, this is actually that 50 kill match here on Firebase Delphi. And one thing that I love about Destiny Tracker is that it breaks down your KD per map. So you can see what maps you're most effective on and kind of figure out what that sort of indicates. If it's a map with long sight lines and you have a really high KD, you could kind of conclude that you're a pretty good precision player. You work best at range. And on these close quarters maps, if you tend to struggle and your KD is really low on them, that might indicate that you have trouble with close quarters engagements. So it can kind of help you figure out what you need to work on. So I really love Destiny Tracker for that. And Firebase Delphi is actually my map that I have the lowest overall KD on. And so I wasn't expecting to do as well as I did on this map. But I found that with the Titan Defender class, what I really liked doing was using some sort of flanking routes, using my vertical space like this, coming down into this area and then coming up from down in there tended to be a really good approach because people don't always look down there. They're kind of more focused on the windows and on the B alleyways, those hallways that head up to the B location. So this was a good spot to use when moving around the map. Now, I apologize if you're a weapon elitist and you're just really not into shotguns. And this video has a lot of shotgun kills. But I assure you that in most of my videos, I'm not using shotties. I don't have anything against them, honestly. I really don't. I just don't really prefer to use them. I'm more of a sniper. I like using snipers with low zooms on the scopes, and that's how I tend to be more effective. So this class, if you replicate this class and you take the time to really familiarize yourself with it and use it effectively, putting bubbles in the right spots, knowing how to move around in and around your bubble as necessary, if you can really get the hang of doing that, I'm certain, I guarantee you that you can have some really incredible games. And just to back that up a little bit, my average number of kills per game, and you can look all this stuff up if you're interested on your own stats. Look all this stuff up on DTR. They got a great team of guys working all the time to make sure that site flows really, really well. It's easy to navigate and gives you some really good information. So you should definitely check out DTR if you haven't already. So anyways, on DTR, it shows that my average kills per game on my main is, it's just under 22 right now. It's like 21.8 or something like that. And granted, I am pulling that up. I usually get more than that. And my average is probably up closer to 30. But anyways, this is my third character, my Titan. And after using this class, I went back on DTR, looked at my recent games, and I tallied up my averages across those games that I was using this loadout. And my average kills per game was just above 30. So on my my least used class, using this loadout, I was able to pull my average up to 30 number of kills per game, and that's pretty stinking good. So I really believe in this loadout. I think this is a great loadout to use. And I don't know that I would so much use it in Clash so much. And you see here I'm using my bubble to come into the enemy spawn and get their heavy ammo safely. So anyways, you can be really effective with this class in Control. It really is built around Control, and most people play Control, so that's why I chose to do this loadout. And like I said, it does work pretty well in Skirmish as well, but not so much in Clash. Well, I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope this will help you be more effective as a Titan Defender. Feel free to support me on other forms of social media. I really appreciate you guys' support. Thanks. Bye-bye.